Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Weslaco ISD Podcast. I am Carlos Robledo from Weslaco ISD. This will be our second podcast, and we have scaled it down a little bit, and we will concentrate on headlines and one big story. The big story in this episode will be an interview with Paisley Garza, who recently graduated from Weslaco East High School. Before graduation, she accomplished a very rare feat, and one that she will remember for the rest of her life. You see, they don't hand out state championships to just anyone. And that is what she was able to do. She is an academic UIL State Champion in journalism, news writing to be more specific. Out of the thousands of students who participate, she is the best in the state of Texas at UIL news writing. We will talk to her a little bit later. But first, let's go through the headlines at Weslaco ISD so you can know what is going on this summer. Registration is now open at Weslaco ISD, and we have a new office where you can go and register. The location is the Louise Black Building on the corner of Bridge and 7th Street. Please stop by between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, or you can call 956-969-6670, and they can help you over the phone. And you can also register online at wisd.us. So if you go by the summer office, you will get a summer gift pack complete with some goodies such as free giveaways from restaurants, coupons, and even a water bottle. Congratulations goes out to Weslaco East pitcher Alex Solis. You might remember him. We did a feature on him this spring. We talked about how he is a Major League Baseball prospect. Well, recently, Alex was awarded the All-Valley Baseball Player of the Year award from the Monitor. Alex led the Wildcats to their third straight district title. We go back in time for our next story, all the way to 1976. That is when the Weslaco Pantherettes Basketball team made it to the state basketball tournament. The girls' basketball team went an incredible 27-4 that year. For their success in 1976, the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame inducted the Pantherettes into the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame Team Hall of Honor. Almost the entire team was able to be in attendance for the ceremony. I know it's hot outside, very hot outside, but the summer rec program is in full swing at Weslaco ISD. Everything is going on from swimming to golf, basketball, just to name a few. Kids are enjoying their summer, getting some exercise, and maybe even finding their passion with the Weslaco ISD summer rec program. Those are some of the headlines from Weslaco ISD. Now we welcome a very special guest to our Weslaco ISD podcast studios, and I say that because Weslaco ISD has a UIL academic state champion, and her name is Paisley Garza. Paisley, thanks for being here today. How does it feel?
I mean, nerve-wracking.
Well, congratulations. You did an awesome job. I know this took place towards the end of the school year, so a lot was going on, graduation and photos and everything like that. First of all, let's start off with your name, Paisley. Such a unique name, a beautiful name. How did your parents come up with that?
I mean, as people know, Paisley is like a teardrop design that's usually seen on like bandanas.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was just obsessed with the design apparently in high school and decided to stick with the name and commit to it up until I was born. She was hoping she'd have a girl.
Well, it is a unique name, one that no one will ever forget. So, take me through the process of this competition. Journalism, news writing. And for anybody that's in journalism, it's a very, very important part of our society because we need to tell those stories of what's going on out there in the world, whether it's a government entity or something, a feature story. Tell me a little about the competition. Do they give you all the information and then you have to put it in paper form? How does it work?
Well, there's 5 different contests in UIL, which is feature, news, editorial, headlines, and copy editing. And the one I competed in at state was news.
Mm-hmm.
And they give you a sheet of paper with some background information and some quotes. And you have to learn how to digest the information quickly and determine what's the most important to the least important and write a whole article. You can either type it or write it. I have to type in 45 minutes.
Right.
So, yeah.
So it's just like athletics. You have to qualify at the lower level. You have academic, UIL academics, you have athletic academics, you have to qualify at the district level, regional level, then you get to the big state competition. So anybody that follows athletics knows the whole process, right? You got to win at district, you got to win at regionals. How did you, tell me a little bit about what was going on throughout the year with your UIL competition?
Well, the season kind of starts in like October, and we have a lot of invitationals that we compete in, maybe every week or two, to prepare for the district competition. And at these invitationals, I competed in 4 out of the 5 events, and my track record wasn't too good in news, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, up until there, then we finally have district in March, where I ended up doing pretty well. I placed first in 3 out of my 4 events, and so that qualified me for regionals. And at regionals, I placed in 2 out of my 3 events, which was copy editing and news writing.
Did you win first place in any of those events?
Not at regionals.
Okay.
But so that qualified me for state. And I mean, I didn't think my chances were too good because I got 3rd, but we ended up here.
You're right, and you have the medal with you right now. It's an awesome medal. It's solid gold. It's very, very nice. So they have to go to Austin, Texas, right? We're from the Valley. We're all from the Valley, right? We're a small town community. You go up to Austin, the big city of Austin, very, very busy, on the campus of the University of Texas, hustling, bustling. People from all over the world go to school there, to learn. And so the competition is taking place there. You walk into a room, it's filled with people from all over the state of Texas, from different backgrounds, from different schools. What was it like? Because that is where your competition takes place. What is going through your mind? Were you intimidated? Were you excited? What was going on?
I mean, honestly, I was mostly intimidated by everyone else because I knew a lot of these other competitors, one, had already placed higher than I did. So I was already like, oh my gosh, like, how good am I compared to them? And I know a lot of other programs have stronger journalism programs, or they do this like in their class every day. And we just practice like as much as we can after school to get me to where I am. And I mean, it was nerve-wracking knowing how prepared they were.
So everybody was well prepared.
Yeah.
And everyone's super smart, right? Just like you are as well. You're super smart. I know we'll talk about where you're going to go to school here later on. But what about your coach, Joe Ramos, English teacher at Weslaco East? How did he prepare you for this?
Well, first off, he was my English teacher junior year, and he said that he found style in my writing, which I didn't think I was such a strong writer before I took his class, and then he convinced me to join journalism.
Right.
And he made me realize that I'm a stronger writer than I thought, and he taught me about, obviously, like, how to write every single practice or whatever. And, I mean, we knew not to mess with how I wrote too much, because if I tried too hard, if I tried too many different things, it didn't turn out too well. So then we found what worked for me, and then just continued doing that.
And as a journalism person myself, someone who's been in journalism for a long time, you got to keep it simple, right? Because you have to be able to, the people that are going to be reading this are going to be the sophisticated readers, and then also maybe those that don't have a high educational background. So you just want to keep it simple. So that's probably what you did, to win this gold medal. So take me to the next level. You turn in your work. And you're there for the celebration, the ceremony when they announce the winners. What was that like?
Well, I mean, okay, so actually you find out if you win before the awards so that you know if you have to stay or not.
Okay.
So actually, my coach was grading, and the UIL coordinator went and took us to like have coffee, have some fun, kill some time before we found out results, And I actually found out before you're supposed to, because I got a call from my coach in the middle of the coffee shop, and I was like, why are you calling me right now? And he revealed to me that he found out I placed first in 5A because I was in the running for, it's called the Best of Texas contest, where they take all of the first place papers and then rank those and determine which one's the best of Texas, literally. And he said I was in the running, and I just started crying in the middle of the coffee shop. I mean, it was a shock, for sure.
So you were super surprised then?
Yes.
Very surprised that you won. So you win the medal, your photos are taken all over the place. I'm sure Coach Ramos, Joe Ramos is like, we got to take a photo. We got to, send this to the school district, got to send it to our public information department and all that. So what's it been like since you won? What's it been like for you?
I mean, everyone's been super supportive, which has been awesome. Like, it's so cool. People are like, oh my gosh, it's such a big deal. Don't you know that? I mean, of course I know it's a big deal. I mean, I definitely was not expecting to get this. And I feel like it's going to make our journalism, at least our UIL academic journalism program, stronger. I hope so, because he's already said he's had kids being like, oh, I want to do this, and I want to make it to state my first year, and things like that. So I think it's going to be really good for our program at Weslaco East.
It's going to put Weslaco East journalism department, the English department, on the map, most definitely. I think people, you're exactly right, are excited and want to do the same thing. But you were recognized at the board meeting. We have a couple of other surprises for you. Got to let everybody know about that. And then you got your medal. So what is next for you? I know you're relaxing this summer because, school is hard, right? What is next for you? You're going to UT, right?
Yes, UT Austin. Hook 'em Longhorns. Well, I'm planning to study speech pathology at the University of Texas to hopefully become a speech therapist or a speech assistant of some kind. And I'm also planning to minor in journalism to check it out, maybe think about doing it in the real world, and maybe getting on the newspaper at UT or the radio station, something related to that. Perfect.
And that is a good start. And you always want to use that, right? You always want to use that because you have that special talent. And maybe you'll, something with speech, maybe you'll turn that into a writing career as well, but still do your speech pathology. So that should be good. You want to show your medal? I don't know which camera. You want to show that off a little bit and just show it to everybody? And what you were able to accomplish. So the real gold, and it's pretty heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is pretty heavy. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and let you go. Thank you for joining us here on the Weslaco ISD Podcast. We appreciate it. Good luck to you. And we'll see what happens the next time, because we were talking with some other people here. When is the last time we had a state champion? And we can't even remember whether it was athletics or whether it was in academics. So certainly a very rare feat. So congratulations once again, Paisley Garza. All right, thank you very much. And that is going to be our show for this one, our podcast, our number 2 podcast, the Weslaco ISD Podcast. So thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.